Hey, Mom! I'm back in town.
Oh, was it today? It totally slipped my mind. I'm sorry I couldn't help you much with your moving.
It's okay. The moving company is handling everything anyway. Mitch already started unpacking.
Tell him I said hi. Are you too glad to be back in the neighborhood, or do you miss Madrid already?
Living in Europe was a good experience. And we liked Madrid a lot. I wish you could come visit us while we were there.
I wish I could too. But the timing just didn't work out, you know?
How is it living with Isabelle? Has it been a couple of months now?
Yes, Isabelle and Chris moved in 6 months ago. It all happened so quickly. I didn't even get the chance to say no.
I don't really know her husband well. In fact, I don't think we've met in person. What is he like?
Honestly, I don't really know either. I barely ever talk to him.
But you live with them.
Probably because I live with them. I think he avoids talking to me out of awkwardness.
What? But they're the ones who wanted to move into your house?
I bet Isabella forced him. She can be very persuasive.
Ah, I see. You're right. Isabelle can be a bit selfish. Dad was the only one who could stop her. Mom, is she treating you well? She better not be making you do all their housework.
Oh, that's not a big deal.
Wait a second. Do you mean she really is making you do everything? She's an adult, Mom. You can say no. I'll stop by your house soon and have a chat with her. She needs to do her own chores.
It's all right. I'm happy to do it. Stop worrying about me, Sophie. You have a 3-year-old to look after. I can take care of myself.
But I will be coming over soon. I don't need to get on a plane anymore to see you. It should take less than an hour.
I look forward to seeing you soon, honey.
Yes, me too. Actually, after I visit you, you should come back here with me. Stay with us for a couple of days.
I don't know. I have a part-time job, so I don't know if it will work out.
You have a job?
Yes, I do, so I don't lose my mind. It's all good exercise.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't work every day, do you? I'll drive you back when you need, so come stay with us, perhaps for a night.
Well, I would love to, but I will ask Isabelle what she thinks first.
Why do you need to ask Isabelle?
I just want to make sure it's not bad timing for her. Don't worry, I will work something out.
Okay then. Well, let me know when is best for you. I can't wait to have you here. Isabelle, what the hell is wrong with you?
What are you talking about?
About Mom! She began to cry when we were having dinner at my house earlier. She said she doesn't want to go home.
Huh? Why?
I think you know why. You and Chris have been treating her like a slave, haven't you?
What? Of course we are not.
You make her do all the housework.
Oh, you're talking about housework? I never asked her to do anything. She just volunteers.
Because you two never do anything. Is it also true that you confiscated the things I've sent her? Like her birthday presents and gifts from Spain?
I just borrowed them. She had no use with any of those items anyways. I only helped so it wouldn't go to waste.
I gave it to her, not you. Besides, you don't get to decide how she uses the gifts. And what is this about not paying any of the utilities? You two are adults. Why are you making Mom look after you?
Shut up! You are just like Dad. I wish you never came back from Madrid.
I will not shut up because you are being so selfish. Mom's been asking you to pitch in for the bills. Why have you not paid her?
Neither of us are home much. The two of us living here shouldn't have much impact on her bills.
What about for food? You make her cook every meal, don't you?
We have very small appetites. And it's only a few $100 at most. What's the fuss?
If you think it's only a few $100, then you should pay.
Who do you think looks after the old woman? Me, not you, so stay out of it.
Mom never even said okay about you guys moving in. You just invited yourselves in.
What's so bad about a daughter living with her mother? I refuse to move out, no matter what you say. If she doesn't want to live with us, then guess what? She can move out.
Are you being serious?
You said she doesn't want to come, no? Then she doesn't really have a choice, does she?
That is her house.
But we live in it now. You can't make us leave. Did you know Chris used to wrestle? If you try anything stupid, I will have him throw you like trash.
That's how you threaten Mom, too, huh? Whenever she said something you didn't want to hear, Chris would throw things at her. Or hit the wall sometimes. You two are out of your minds. How can you treat your own mother like this?
Because she doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut. Ugh. Anyway, stop messaging me about stupid things. I mean, I'm all ears if you're willing to take her.
My husband and I will be discussing that.
Oh, really? I thought you'd never use your kid as an excuse not to take her. You never know. Let me know when you guys figure it out.
Isabelle, are you still not awake?
Sorry, I couldn't take your call. I just got up a minute ago. I'm in a cab right now on my way to get my nails done, so don't call again. Anyway, you know what you want to do about the old woman?
We want to live with her.
No way! You are seriously willing to take her? Seriously?
Yes. My husband also agrees.
Your husband must be as crazy as you are. Oh, wait. I am not letting you take the house, though. We live in it now, and we are not going anywhere.
The house is not worth much, so it's fine. It's 1,000,000 times better to take her than the house. I'll be coming to pick up her stuff soon. After that, do as you please.
What's worthless is the old hag. I thought she inherited a load from Dad, but she had nothing but a small saving. She even started to work part-time. I was getting ready to leave her in the woods or something.
Interesting. You were going to get rid of her, huh?
Chris can't relax with her around. I only let her stay until now because she did all the housework. She could have left whenever she wanted, really.
You are unbelievable.
I didn't do anything, though. Just in my head. I realized that it's kind of difficult to literally get rid of a parent. But now that you're taking her in, I can go on with my life without any burden. You are such a good girl, my baby sister.
Isabelle, you will apologize to what you've done to Mom.
Why me? I kept the lonely old woman company. She should be thanking me instead.
You have been able to live in that house because Mom took care of you. It's hard to believe you don't see that.
She's my mother. Of course she would. She's the one who had me, so it's her responsibility to take care of me.
You will regret all of this.
I don't think I will. Everything is going just as I planned. All I ever wanted was this house. I will not let anyone stop me, no matter what. Sophie, you bitch! You knew
About what?
that we don't own this house. You knew and never told me.
I don't even know why you thought we own it.
But we grew up in this house. It's been over 20 years.
Mom and Dad never planned to live there for so long. They wanted to move out once we graduated from school. They were looking for a nice place and preparing to move. But then Dad passed away. It was too hard for Mom to move out of the house full of memories.
I don't care about her memories. Why didn't you tell me?
Why would I? What do I owe someone who used my mother like a slave?
I was going to sell the house.
You wanted the money?
I need cash.
Well, too bad. You don't get anything.
Where the hell is your house? Tell me.
Why?
You need to give me money.
I do?
We have to leave this house by the end of this month. I need money to move out. You owe me for not telling me it was rented.
You confused it all on your own, sister. I don't see the need for me to pay you anything. Besides, after all you've done, Mom paid this month's rent so that you have a bit of time to figure things out. You really should be thanking her.
Blah, blah, blah. You're wasting my time. She is coming back here. Tell her she belongs here.
She was crying because she doesn't want to live with you two. There's no way she'll be returning to you.
Mom cares about me. That's why she took care of me. If she finds out I'm asking her to come back, she would.
That caring mom has decided she will not return. By the way, you said she doesn't have much money, but you're wrong about that too. She began a part-time job to make it look like she was in need of money.
What?
She was hoping you guys would leave if she didn't have any money.
Are you saying she actually does have money?
Of course she does. Mom and Dad have been saving so they wouldn't have to depend on us. They have always understood well how much it costs to live after retiring. Unlike you, they planned well. She worked so that she wouldn't have to waste any more money that they had saved on you and Chris.
That witch! She fooled me.
No. She was protecting herself from you. You invited yourselves in, made her do all the housework. On top of it all, you made her pay for everything and used any money you could find in her house. If she ever said anything to annoy you, you used Chris to threaten her. So, duh, of course she needed to protect herself.
Sophie, you don't understand. If my husband finds out we can't sell this house, I will get in so much trouble.
Like what?
We are in debt, and I am afraid of Chris. He's been very quiet since we moved in here. I think it's because Mom was around, and because he believes that we are getting money soon. But he is uncontrollable when he gets pissed off.
You should divorce him.
I would have divorced him long time ago if I could. It's not that easy.
I didn't say it was.
Besides, he was so nice at first. He has a very gentle, sweet side too.
Well, I still think you two should separate for once.
Please, I really need money. If he finds out, he would beat me. What if he makes me go work on the streets?
Well, Isabelle, you made Mom live with a dangerous person like that. And you were only after her house and money. To me, it sounds like you pretty much asked for it.
Sophie, please. Tell me your address. You have to help me.
I wish you'd asked me for help before you did horrible things to Mom. I may have listened if I hadn't realized what a bully you are.
Tell Mom I am asking for help. She won't answer my calls. None of my messages are going through either.
That's her answer to you right there. Isabelle, there were so many ways for you to get help. But you chose to take everything away from your mother. How could we ever consider you our family?
I am her daughter. She has to help if her child is in need.
Life doesn't work like that. If you have the nerve to steal from your parent, you should have used it to leave your husband. This is all happening now because you were only thinking about yourself. You chose yourself over your family.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I will formally apologize for what I have done to Mom. So please help me.
You are old enough to take full responsibility for yourself. We disown you. Both Mom and I.
Sophie, forgive me. Mommy, I'm so sorry.
You are way too late to apologize. But I guess you finally understand now that the house really was not worth anything. How does it feel to realize that you've tossed away something you should have treasured? As a farewell gift, I sent her $1,000 and deleted all her contacts from our phone. I realized I was being way too nice, but in case what she was saying about her husband was true, I wanted to give her a final chance to run from him. Although there's a high possibility that she was bluffing and that they're still together. When the real estate agent arrived to the house to collect the keys, Isabelle and Chris were already gone, and the house was empty. I don't know what happened to them, and I don't really want to know either. In fact, I hope I don't see either of them again. I questioned why my mother never told me about what was happening in her house. I was very sad to hear that she kept her mouth shut because she was scared Isabelle and Chris would threaten my family as well. But she was on the verge when I invited her to my house. She began to cry because the warm food and atmosphere of my house made her realize she wasn't happy with my sister. She must have been so afraid and lonely living with those two bullies. My mother stayed with us for a while after the incident, but has recently moved into a cozy apartment near our house. She says she enjoys living in an apartment where she can relax and spend time for herself. But I know she got an apartment out of consideration for my family, so that she doesn't become a burden to us. We don't live under the same roof, but I'm glad she's only a few minutes away. My mom will never be lonely, and she will have plenty of company from us going forward. I will make sure not to put her through any more stress. I'm so happy I'm able to replace my sister to take care of her.
What's wrong with you, sis? I went out of my way to send you an invite to my wedding. I can't believe that you're not going to come. What's your problem? That's what I should be asking you. Are you serious? I couldn't believe that you even bothered to send me an invitation. What in the world makes you think that I would want to go? You guys both betrayed me. I don't even want to see either of your faces again. Oh, I get it now. You still have feelings for Mark, don't you? Of course not. It makes me angry just hearing his name. I can't believe you still have feelings for him. It's been 2 years already. Time to move on, sis. I know that he has his own company and is a great person to be with, but you can't just stay attached forever. It was your fault that you didn't end up marrying him. I guess you're struggling to find another man because of how unattractive you are. Maybe that's why you just can't forget about him. I'm telling you, it's nothing like that. Unfortunately for you, Mark is marrying me. There's no way I'm going to give him back to you.
Don't worry about it. I don't even want him back. Especially after he's been with you.
What did you just say?
Even if you begged me to take him back, I wouldn't want him. Not even if he was the last guy in the world. You don't need to worry about me ever going after him. Go and get married with him, but please leave me out of it.
Hey, sis! Is it true what Mom told me? You're going to come to the wedding after all? Why did you decide to turn up? You should be thankful that I reserved a seat for you just in case you turned up. I'm surprised that you actually decided to come, though. I can't stop smiling. You seemed so adamant in not coming before.
I'm actually not here because of the invite you sent me.
What are you talking about? Why are you here then? Oh, did Mark send you a wedding invite as well? I'm so happy he went the extra mile to get you to come. He really is an amazing man. What a great surprise!
That's not what happened either.
You must really still have feelings for Mark if you're here because he invited you himself.
I'm only here because of something related to work. I don't really want to be here.
You really don't have to make up excuses like that. I know why you're really here. Well, I'm glad everyone started to turn up now. Thank you so much for coming to my wedding, sis. It's really made my day. I'll make sure to show you just how happy me and Mark are together. I just can't wait to see your ugly face afterward. I'm the winner! What is wrong with you? What was that all about? Are you crazy? Why did you have to do such an embarrassing thing at my wedding? I can't believe that you have no morals on top of being so ugly.
What are you talking about?
You were sitting next to Trent Price throughout the entire wedding. Do you know who he is? He's a very important person. Someone like you should not be anywhere near him.
Oh, Trent? Yeah, I was sitting next to him. What is the problem with that? I don't think I did anything that's embarrassing.
Mr. Price is the CEO of one of the companies that does business with Mark's company.
Yeah, I know about that.
You knew about that and still decided to sit next to him? I can't believe you!
I still don't see what's wrong about it. Why do you care so much anyway?
I guess you're trying to find a man that's richer than Mark to try and make me jealous or something. You're just a gold digger. Unfortunately for you, that plan is not going to work. Mr. Price just got married last month. I can't believe that you're so desperate that you would go after someone else's husband.
I would never do such a thing. Why would you even suggest that?
Stop trying to act like you're so innocent. I guess ugly people like you really have to try so hard to get into a relationship. Please try to have some morals, though. Going after married men is just way too desperate.
I'm not doing anything like that. Please stop making assumptions about me. Also, I got married recently, so there's no need for me to look for a partner anymore.
What are you talking about? I know that you're lying, you loser. It's really sad. You're just embarrassing yourself. Please stop making yourself look even more miserable.
If you don't believe me, then why don't you try asking Mark about it?
Why would I do that?
Mark was the one that invited Trent in the first place. He made a big deal of inviting him, so Trent felt like he couldn't really refuse. I don't know if Mark realized I was his wife when he invited him, though. I did ask Trent to explain it to him, though, so you guys wouldn't be so surprised. We were both worried it would be a little awkward for you guys since I used to be engaged to Mark and everything. Mark said it was fine, though. I guess you never got the memo.
What did you just say? You're his new wife?
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Who else did you think it was if not me? The old lady sitting on the other side of him? How was I supposed to know about it? Why would I ever imagine someone like you would manage to get married to someone like Mr. Price? Well, I guess this is the first time I've attended a business-related event with him. We had our wedding abroad and only invited a very few close friends and relatives. Why haven't I heard anything about this at all? I had cut ties with both you and our parents after what happened with Mark 2 years ago. I still can't believe our parents were on your side after you stole Mark from me. I wasn't planning on letting you know at all, but it really couldn't be helped since Trent felt obligated to attend the wedding. I can't believe that any of this is really happening. I heard that Mark was really surprised too. When Trent first brought it up, I guess Mark thought that it was just someone else with the same name as me. Apparently Mark got really agitated once he realized it really was me. I guess he couldn't say no to me coming to the wedding, as he was the one who invited my husband. I still can't believe this. This isn't fair at all. Mr. Price is one of the most respected guys in the industry, and on top of all that, he is really handsome. His company is much bigger than Mark's company. In fact, it's not even close. I was really jealous of the woman when I first heard that he got married. Why does his wife have to be you of all people? Why is it my ugly sister that gets to be with him? It's just not fair at all. There's no way that you should ever be happier than me. It's not possible. Kate, that's enough complaining. You just had your wedding today. You're married now, so stop carrying on like a little brat and enjoy yourself. I am not being a brat. How dare you? You know what? I just thought of a great idea. If Mr. Price is willing to get married to someone as ugly as you, then maybe I still have a chance with him too. I'm much more attractive than you, so it shouldn't be too difficult to get his attention. What did you just say? Are you crazy? It's a great idea. I can start flirting with him right away. I'm going to go and tell Mark that I'm getting married to Mr. Price instead. I'll go tell him right now. You can't be serious. You really need to stop and think this through before you do anything too stupid. Why didn't it work? How could he resist my charms? Something's wrong for sure. It was so easy when I took Mark from you. He fell for me so quickly. I'm definitely the more attractive woman between the two of us. You really are such an idiot. You know that people like Mark are very rare. Most people don't cheat on their fiancé when they're engaged. Most men actually have some morals, you know. They don't just go sleeping around with anyone when they're in a relationship. And it's me that we're talking about. There must be something wrong if he's saying no to me. A beautiful woman like me is offering to marry him. Have you still not noticed? What are you talking about this time? Do you not know who Mr. Price is? Of course I know who he is. He's the CEO of one of Mark's business partners. That's not what I'm talking about. I guess he looks very different recently because he wears contacts now instead of glasses. He also lost a lot of weight and cleaned up his appearance. What are you saying? Are you trying to tell me that Mr. Price is someone that I should recognize from the past? That's exactly what I'm saying. Stop being so secretive and just tell me who it is then. His last name actually used to be Green. Green? He used to be Trent Green. His last name changed after his parents divorced. It was super messy and he decided he wanted to take his mother's last name. That's why his current name is Trent Price. The guy that you keep calling Mr. Price is actually Trent Green. Trent Green? That nerdy kid with glasses? You shouldn't be calling him names like that, but yeah, he's the one. Your precious Mr. Price is the guy that you bullied and called names throughout high school. That can't be true. Trent said that you and your friends really treated him badly back in high school. He knows how terrible of a person you are really deep down. You had already lost any chance you had at ever being with him way back then. No matter how much you flirt with him now, it's not going to make a difference. He said he'll never forget the way that you treated him back then. I can't believe this. Okay, fine. I don't care anymore. I'll let you have him this time. Just don't think that you've beaten me because of this. I'm going to find an even richer guy than Trent to get married to. I'm going to make you so jealous of me.
Stop being like that. Why don't we sort out what's really happening right now?
What do you mean? There's nothing to sort out?
What was all that drama about yesterday then? You ruined your whole wedding after the ceremony was already finished, and I heard there's no way Mark is going to submit the wedding papers. I'd call that a pretty certified disaster for you.
Well, all of that is your fault. None of it is my responsibility. If you had never got engaged to either of them, then none of this would have happened in the first place.
Do you really think that? You're not that stupid, are you?
What are you suggesting?
You do know that everything that happened is all your fault, right? The reason why your marriage collapsed before it even started was because you were flirting with other men on the day of your wedding. That was your choice, no one else's. If you really don't think it's your fault, then you have a lot of thinking to do. I've got to get going now. Goodbye.
Hey! The fees for the wedding and reception and stuff added up to around $100,000. When do you think that you can pay it all by?
Why would I help you pay for anything? Are you out of your mind?
Because everything that happened was your fault. It's kind of obvious that the person who caused the trouble should be paying for it. I'll tell you the details on who to give the money to later. Make sure you pay it all as soon as you can.
You really are something. Are you seriously trying to weasel out of the responsibility? You should think about what you've done and apologize as soon as you can.
Why do I have to be the one to apologize?
You were invoiced for the $100,000, not me. There's a reason for that. It's because you are the one responsible for all this.
No, I'm not. Stop blaming me.
You're such an idiot. I remember you were acting like this 2 years ago when you stole Mark from me. You told me it was my fault that I lost Mark because I was too ugly or something along those lines. Once I got a lawyer involved, none of your ridiculous excuses worked, and you ended up having to pay me a settlement fee for breaking up my engagement. I think Mark paid the fees for you back then, right?
Why are you bringing that up all of a sudden?
I just brought it up to show you that you haven't learned anything from the mistakes you've made in the past.
What did you just say to me? Are you suggesting that I'm stupid or something?
Yes! Finally, we have a breakthrough! You have to take responsibility when you do immoral things like ruining a wedding. What happened at the wedding yesterday was your fault, and you are responsible for paying all the fees associated. You really need to start realizing how unacceptable your behavior is.
None of what you're saying to me makes any sense. A girl as beautiful as me can get away with doing anything. That's how it's been all my life.
Are you sure you're going to be able to say the same thing in front of a lawyer? Could you make up that excuse again if the police come to arrest you? If they take you to court, could you say the same thing to the judge?
What? I'm in that much trouble?
In our society, it's normal to apologize to someone if you do something wrong. If what you did is bad enough and an apology cannot solve the situation, then things are escalated. This is where money can get involved to try to repair the damages done. Worst case, it can involve prison time or lawsuits for the one that caused the trouble. Right now, you're being asked for money to make up for the wedding you ruined and the engagement that was broken. These things are your responsibility, and you have to own up to them eventually.
What have I done?
2 years ago, Mark helped you out by paying me the settlement fees for breaking up my engagement, but he won't help you this time. I doubt that our parents are able to afford anything close to $100,000. This time, you're going to be all by yourself.
They've saved you many times in the past before, but you've crossed a line this time. Well, that's why I'm talking to you. Do you still not understand? You caused trouble to my husband in the past by bullying him and calling him names. 2 years ago, you ruined my life by stealing my fiancé from me and ending my engagement. Do you really need me to tell you that I'm not going to be helping you out? Just how dense are you? I absolutely hate you. You deserve everything that you get. Well, what am I supposed to do then? You're not being helpful at all. How in the world am I meant to pay $100,000? That's way too much money. Looks like you're just going to have to work and earn the money. I'm going to have to work for it? You kept on saying that you're never going to work because you're so beautiful and that you can just get married to a rich guy for money. You're halfway through your 20s and you still haven't had a single job. Maybe it's time you faced reality. No matter how much you beg, no one is going to save you this time round. It's time to admit that you were wrong and start looking for a job. That's the only option that you have left, Kate. You're telling me that I have to find a job? That can't be true. I don't want to have to work. I thought my plan of marrying someone rich would work. I think your plan isn't going to work after what you've done. Give up with your stupid ideas and start working like everyone else. Why are you being so mean to me? You should be thanking me for telling you the truth. There's nothing left for me to say to you, and I've got to go anyway. Goodbye, Kate. I have to find a job? How do I do that? I've never worked or even tried to look for a job before. So many things happened in the following months after that day. First, Mark started to follow me around everywhere like a stalker. Trent found out about it and managed to get Mark fired after talking to Mark's boss about it. Word got around about what Kate had done, and those rumors had spread all the way to my father's workplace. My father couldn't stand it and ended up quitting his job. My parents tried to fix their relationship with me, but I refused, of course. I knew they only came to me for money. My father found a new part-time job, but it's not very well paid. Now on to Kate. My parents had finally had enough of her and cut her out of their lives. After wandering around for a while not knowing what to do, she ended up borrowing a large sum of money to pay Mark. Now she is working a job that she can't really say in public to try and pay back her debt. It was quite depressing to read the text that she would send me boasting about how much she earned selling her body. Trent recommended me to just ignore the messages and block her, so I took his advice.